Welcome back, everybody, to our civilization start over. In last episode, we saw World War III break out, and we're gonna start the fire in the Middle East. Now, Russia didn't expect Greece and Mesopotamia to come to California's aid, but these are weaker countries, so they will be able to push in first, and Greece will be able to take one major city and approach a second one. Well, Mesopotamia will be able to make an entrance into Russia as well. Not that big of a entrance though. Like the front lines look like this. Now Russia is gonna send some troops down here. They're gonna mainly try get the city back and push Greece back. But they're not gonna really heavily push against Mesopotamia. They'll flatten out this front line, but they won't try go offensively here, because they have bigger problem over here with India, because India is sending troops through here, and with Indian and Mesopotamian troops coming from here, this is where Russia's gonna mainly struggle if they let any of these countries enter. So Russia is gonna preemptively invade this area, and they're gonna be able to have a lot of success because they've been down way longer than India and Mesopotamia. I should mention the time frame for this series is a little accelerated compared to real life. I say this is around year 400, which in real life would be about around, I would say around the 1940s, 1930s, somewhere around there. This world has evolved and grown so much faster compared to real life. So this is why many military actions are able to happen so fast. But anyway, Russia will take this whole western half of Mesopotamia and then start entering into India, which might have been a bad idea, because 3 other countries that aren't a fan of Russia will join in on this coalition. We have, guess you could call this Tibet, Xinjiang, and Eastern Siberia, but Tibet is gonna be the main contributor in this front line, because they're gonna start by invading into Russia, taking the city, and their goal is to capture all of this. Now, they might not be able to, but they're gonna try. Russia is gonna order the military leave India and start pulling out Mesopotamia. They're gonna give up all of this, but they're gonna try hold on here, because now they're gonna try go on the offensive in Tibet by pushing in here, and they're able to quickly push him, because Tibet's, like, even though it's large, it's not a strong country, and they also push back heavily up here. And they're even gonna start a little bit of an invasion here, just to, like, have a straight, like, supply line instead of having to go like this. And they're gonna have Finland worry about eastern Siberia, not eastern, western Siberia. They're gonna push and take this city, and they're actually gonna have their front line quickly look like this. Meanwhile, in Europe, the coalition is building up a large naval presence right along here. I'm gonna make their naval color white. And they're gonna build up right here. But, Italy is kind of giving them a little bit of a problem. Italy won't let, these navies through. What the hell is going on? Italy won't let their navies pass through here, even though they know that Russia, Greece, and Mesopotamia are attacking one of the coalition allies. So, what is the coalition gonna do? Well, they don't really care about Italy. Italy has always been kind of aggressive. So, Germany is gonna just enter into Italy and begin an invasion into the Italian peninsula. France will also help by entering here, like southern France. And Germany and southern France will be able to start pushing down the Italian peninsula. Now back to the Americas, where the war really started. Alaska doesn't really like California, but they rather deal with California than European influence. So they're gonna push into the Green Team to help California out. We're gonna get this far. And California is gonna just start blitzing this country. They're gonna take the capital, and Alaska and California are gonna quickly cut this country into two, and they'll surrender quickly. Now, here, the Lightning Team is trying to make a decision. They consider these two still like allies, even though they're against them in this war. But California considers them allies as well. And these two are kind of in this war, but they haven't been sending troops into the coalition. So what is the coalition doing then if they're not actively fighting on these borders? Well, this map is horrible. What the hell? One sec. So the interesting decision that the coalition will make is that they're not going to directly invade. You're supposed to be one whole country. Now, this map's really fucked. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer, that's why. There we go. Instead of, like, invading into here, like that, we're going through these two, like that. The Lightning Alliance is actually gonna start by having these two countries right here send, like, naval resources through the Northern Atlantic, past them into the rest of the Alliance. And why are they doing this? Well, just like I said earlier, the coalition is gonna try to, like, have a full-blown, like, front line over here. They'll even take all this coast over. They'll have their navies stationed throughout here, and up here, they're basically building a giant naval front line. Quebec, in northern Quebec, is told, if you don't let us do this, you're gonna be considered at war with us. And they're like, yeah, oh no. They're like, yeah, that's not happening. We don't really want to be involved with this war. We don't like California. One second. I'm so bad at this program. Wait. So yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't really like California anyway, so we'll gladly stay out of the way. Just don't hurt us. And the rest of the world's like, okay, fine, whatever. We won't hurt you, but you better stay out of the way, or we will. And Quebec obviously is gonna accept that, as they don't want this beef. So California is able to see them doing this, so they start heavily militarizing down here. These countries, though, aren't gonna like this. A test will be conducted on this island, and this test is the first nuclear detonation in the world. California has invented nuclear bombs. How many do they have? Well, they tell the people they have 2. They are the first nuclear power in this world. They have 2. They threaten Mexico and the Red Country. Leave this war, or we will deploy these. And Mexico is going to be like, alright, we'll do that, just give us the land we took. California will accept this. They will quickly create 2 new states. Mexico is able to take the land that they entered. They even get this small bit of land. This was Mexico's second request. They said, let us control this land and leave Central America alone. You gotta go around. And California agrees, but the Red Empire doesn't. So, what's California gonna do? They're gonna launch. They will send 2 fighter planes. Oop. They're gonna send these fighter planes through here to this major city first. And this will be the first one hit by a nuclear bomb. And then, like this. Then they will send a second fighter plane from this capital over this pink country. The pink country, knowing what's about to happen, will deploy its air force, and they will launch their air force from this city. Wrong color. Something like this color might be more understandable. They'll launch air force. The Red Empire will also launch their air force in an attempt to intercept this plane, but they just miss it as this plane gets to the city and nosedives right into the center with the bomb armed, and it is able to detonate. 2 major cities have been just hit by nuclear bombs. And what is the world's reaction to that? The entirety of South America joins the anti-Californian coalition. Western Africa will join the anti-Californian coalition. The Chinese, the Indians will leave California's coalition. Let me try that again. China, India, and Saudi Arabia will leave California's coalition. Korea and Siberia will also leave. And all of them, plus Central China, and except Eastern Siberia, will join the anti-Californian coalition. Australia will join the anti-Californian coalition. New Zealand will. South Africa will. Madagascar will. Ethiopia. Tanzania. I think this would be DRC, the Congo, Mozambique. Yeah. Basically the whole world is now forming a coalition against California. They are sick to their stomach seeing what California just did to these 2 cities. Millions died in these attacks. So much so that the entirety of the Americas is now against them and their 3 American allies. California has just blundered this war, and Mexico even rejoins the war, and California knows that they went too far, that they're not going to be able to come back from this one. And we're going to change the occupation color of California, and 1 second, you're not supposed to be there. The white color will symbolize the coalition as they re-enter the Yucatan Peninsula and fully take it back from California. Cuba is finally able to push California off the island. And now the Navy, the coalition's Navy, will be able to push California out of this area. And they'll start getting slowed down around here. California is gonna start bombarding this coast, like all the coast. So I move them on different layer. The bombardments will continue throughout Panama and mostly focusing on the Panama Canal. It is completely ruined to a point where it goes from looking like this to looking about like this. Like this is like small chunks of the canal remaining. And the Navy will also, they also will be bombarding up here with artillery from their ships. And even over here. Like, these countries are getting absolutely devastated by these Californian bombardments. They're not able, like, get super far, but they're able to strike this city quite a bit. This one quite a bit. This one. And this one quite a bit. They do send a few strikes into Panama's capital, into these cities, and in this area, and they do strike this capital a bunch. These are like conventional bombs, not nuclear bombs. And when this happens, this seals the fate for California. As Baja California begins to rebel away from California, and they quickly swear their allegiance to the anti-coalition, and they're of course joining it, but this isn't the only rebellion that's gonna pop up. Another rebellion. Well, where is it? Oh. Another rebellion will pop up. Where? Oh wait, no. No rebellion will pop up right here. This is when Vancouver's gonna join this coalition to aid this rebellion. This rebellion's not limited to right here, as this area of, my god, this area of Vancouver, not Vancouver, of California will break away. It's not an entire state, it's like half a state. But not just theirs break away. Several areas of the Green Country will break away. Come on. And California is collapsing. So much so that the two allies over here will leave. No, will not be vaporized. They'll leave their coalition. But over here, stuff's going a little differently, as Russia is still at war with these three countries. These three joined for not to help California, but to destroy Russia. But they should know that Russia is not a country that you should be messing with, especially if you're a fairly new country. Because, oh my god, because Russia is blitzing into this country. Is that on the Navy layer too? No. On the background layer. It was on the capital layer. Okay. As a screen. Why doesn't Paint listen to the buttons I hit? But Russia was able to wipe Tibet out of the war with the help of everybody else around them. The occupation zones more look like this. That's kind of more accurate to how it looks. And now India is gonna start pushing to Mesopotamia, as they know that this war is about to be over. Mesopotamia will lose its capital, and Russia will storm in from this side and finally kick the invasion force out here and cross here. And with the help of India, the front line more looks like this. With the help of India, actually, let's use this color for India's. And Mesopotamia. India will push in through here, while Russia will push through here, and Mesopotamia no longer exists. And Russia is gonna push Greece back and start entering into the Turkish area of Greece. And they'll go all the way here until they reach the capital area. What is going on with the map? I fixed the map. But anyway, they get close to capturing Constantinople or Istanbul, whichever one you want to call it. They get close to capturing these three cities. They even have a bunch of naval landings across these islands, thanks to the help of the coalition forces. And they even make mainland in multiple areas in Greece. And keep in mind, these two are also at war with Greece, and they don't like how feudalistic Greece have been, so they will enter in north. They'll take over this front line from Russia. They'll enter in here, and they will enter in here, take two major cities. And this is when Greece is gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna know about this war. Sorry, California, but we're done. We're gonna lose our entire country if we don't leave. And the occupation of Greece is gonna look kind of like this, where this country will get all this occupying land, and the blue country will get this. Actually, I'll change the occupation to that color, make it easier on that to see. And Italy, oh, what the Italy is like still actively fighting the Germans and the French. They're not like officially part of the coalition, but they are against France and Germany, of course, so we're gonna fight them. It's not gonna go well, because Germans and French can't get that far before the coalition decides, yeah, we're gonna just start entering in the waters. So they're gonna go, what is this? They're gonna do this. They're gonna surround these two islands. One second, this goes away. They're gonna surround these two islands and make landings on these two islands. Let's put France over there. And because now the coalition's helping out with Italy, yeah, the Italians are not gonna last that long, as they have basically the entirety of Europe now invading them. Not just Europe, most of Africa and most of Asia. I'm gonna recolor this to that, this to this. Turn off major city layer. Now over here, the coalition will start to fully push back against this country up here, and it gets to this point where this country and this country are basically split in half to a point where they fully surrender. So now there's two less countries in this coalition, this anti-coalition, I guess. No, it's just Alaska and California in it, right? Nope, Alaska just left the war. And they give all their occupied territory to California and tell them good luck. And this is where California is gonna start to fall, as these rebellions up here, actually, it's more so appropriate use the original color. They will start to reform their country up here and push out all the Californians. More will rise up here and here. This country eventually takes all of its land back. These two rebellion forces right here will fully reunite. Oh, will fully reunite with Vancouver, and Vancouver is gonna start their invasion into California. This Baja California revolution is gonna start pushing out in here, and the coalition will finally break through this naval front line, and California is no longer in the Atlantic. And now, the main invasion into California will begin. Mexico will cross the border. We'll call this Louisiana will cross the border and meet up with Mexico. The Baja Rebellion will meet up with them, finish this area off, and now California is facing invasion on all sides. Their former allies, knowing that California is about to fall, will start invading into California. And California knows it's over. And they would not win this war. Them firing those nuclear bombs early in the war turned the entire world against them. This world is insanely anti-nuclear. Oh wait, I don't want the capital captured yet. This world is insanely anti-nuclear. This rebellion gets all the way here. This rebellion will make their way all the way here on the outskirts of the capital of California before they all sides unite their occupation zones. And now California is just their capital city, and they will make the smart decision to surrender to all countries. The anti-Californian coalition has won the war, and now for this massive peace treaty, Italy will be fully divided. Southern France will get all this land. They will officially change their color into this more like peach color, because I thought it would look nicer. Catalonia will take this island. Germany will take the western half of Italy. Italy's state map will be completely redrawn for this. Now, I don't have any states drawn for Asia, Africa, but most of the world, to be honest. I gotta do that. So we're gonna pretend there's states for the rest of this. Greece will be massively divided up. This little strip of land. Hello, Turkey. Bulgaria will get a lot of land. Yugoslavia will get all this land. Greece will still exist, but just down here. They will be able keep control of some of these islands. And they'll stay down here. A new country will be formed right here. They'll have these islands. Turkey will get Cyprus and these islands. Russia will get this land. Up here, new country will be formed right here. Guess we can call that like Syria. Mesopotamia will be divided up as well. The borders will look like this. Mesopotamia will now exists. They're more like Iran now. Russia will get this. New country will be formed here. And another new country will be formed right there. Up here, a lot's gonna change. Alright, and Central Asia is gonna be divided up quite a bit. First, India is gonna willingly separate into 3 different countries, because seeing the world like form a coalition against California makes them not want to have that happen to them. So, no. So, welcome Pakistan. And this color, Afghanistan. And down here, another country will be formed. I don't know what we would call this. Gonna be that color. Russia is gonna take land here and here. Finland's gonna get this land. Central, well, now it's Western Serbia. It's gonna get all this and this. New country will be formed here. Red country will be formed here. India will get this. Central China will get this. Now they're too similar to Russia, so I'm gonna change the color a bit to yeah, that color looks nice. The Northern China will get this. No. Oh yeah. That was supposed to be you guys. Getting this. So now that's what the Chinese area looks like. Guess you would call this Manchuria or Mongolia. Will get this. They will actually strike a deal with Korea also, which I'm gonna adjust their color to be this darker red. So I feel like that would fit them a little better. We'll actually strike a deal with Korea. So Korea will be giving up these lands, but they will get this. So it looks a little nicer now. Now back over here. New country will be formed right here. Well, not a new country, this will be Tibet. And I guess, because I don't know what else to do with Tibet, they can have all of this still. Now, rest this, well, let's divide up even more. Afghanistan will get this. Pakistan will, I guess we'll give them this. And this main area will be, no, will be made into a new country. It'll be this. Try and decide the color. Yeah, that color works. There'll be this color. So Russia got a lot of this Middle Eastern land. Actually, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. There we go. I think I actually like that a little better. Now, for the main subject, California. What's gonna happen with them? Well, the world's not gonna be nice to them. And now, this is the division of California. Mexico will take these southern lands. The Yucatan Peninsula is given back its independence. Oh, not the independence, it's... Oh yeah, independence. I'm just being stupid. Baja California will take all of this land. Louisiana will take of this. This country will take all of this. Guess we'll call this what do we call it? Not Oklahoma. Call it Arizona, I guess. Actually, they're not supposed to have that. That's supposed to be Baja California's. And this is too. This country will have all of this. Vancouver will get all of this back. And even though Alaska left the war, they are to give all this to the green team. And Vancouver gets all of this. And California, surprisingly, is allowed to exist still. Right here. That wasn't the color. It was more purplish. Like on this. Yeah. So, California is still allowed to exist. Obviously, a lot's gonna change with this alliance layer, so let me fix it. So, all these Asian countries will leave the 3-point star alliance. This country, I don't actually like its color that much. No. Yeah, that color will do. Actually, let's do, yeah, that color. Of course, this country got divided up, so it's no longer in the 4-point star alliance. The 5-point star alliance decides break up, but well, actually, yeah, it's good we came out here because they're leaving too. But, no. What? Uh-oh. They're not supposed to exist, I don't think, so we'll have to fix that. This country's supposed to be all this color. Here we go. But yeah, the Star Alliance decides to break up a little bit. It's gonna just be these 5 countries in it now. I just realized this looks more like Germany's occupying them, so let's give them a unique color. Oh. Yeah, green should be good. Back to the alliance layer. This alliance layer is gonna change a lot over here. The square alliance and the circle alliance is gonna disband, but that's because something major is gonna happen. A giant unification of multiple countries over here. You see, during this war, the red country and the blue country became more friendly with their neighbors. They were in the alliance together, but they didn't see eye to eye. Similar things happen over here with the circle team. So the Americas is gonna go from looking like this to something like this. As you can see, the East Coast has fully united. In fact, I'm gonna change the color back to the old East Coast color. The red Canadian country and its neighbors united. The blue country and its neighbors united. But more is gonna happen over here, because these 3 gonna talk about uniting, and it's gonna go through, but in a little different way. These 2 will unite. Did I say these 3? I meant these 4. And these 2 will unite. The gray country and this green country will unite. Same thing with this one. Now, why are the Americas uniting so much now? Well, this war really brought them together and made them realize that when they work together, the people are happier. Now, this country, half of it wants to join the red team, half of it wants to join the green team. Each state is going to be allowed to vote on this. So here's how the votes are going to go. These 2 states want to join the green team. These 2 want to join the red team. This one wants to join the green team. This one wants to join the red team. Exactly 50-50. So they're gonna have an outside power come in and arbitrate this vote, and a decision will be made. This side of this country will join the red team, and this side will join the green team. And I just realized earlier that this is all wrong. Right here. So yeah. the Americas look more united. So now we have this one. So to an officer, this is what the Americas are going to be named as now. I'm going to name every country over time. But that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching World War III and Why Civilization Start Over. See you guys next episode.